How we doing, lads? Uncle Mark here, and I'm back with another video on how to start a supplement business in 2026 the very, very cheapest way. This is the number one question I get asked. Before I book a session with you, Mark, do you think I can afford it? So let's break it down. The first thing we're going to need is a product. Now, to get products, you can go custom and spend a lot of money buying 1,000 bottles, which is normally the minimum order quantity on a custom unique formula. What we're going to do is go over to a dropship option. We can buy some stock, but let's start with the dropship. Currently, the cheapest people that you can dropship with are Rocktomic. Now, they don't seem to be the cheapest because on the website, they're currently advertising you can join the club at 1995. But if you drop me a message in the comments, I will connect you to one of the co-founders who will get you started for 295. So you'll need an outlay of $300 to join the club. Now, joining the club means that you now get access to a catalog with around 150 products: sports nutrition, beauty, general wellness, sexual health like male enhancement, etc. And you'll find something there for sure. Now, dropship means you pay as you go. So what basically happens is you pay your 295, you get the catalog, and you decide which products you want to sell on your store, and you get labels designed. Now, Rocktomic can do them for you, but there are cheaper options, and we'll come on to that in a moment. So 295, you get your labels made, and the labels sit on the hard drive of the dropshipper. You link your website to theirs, and then you go to bed and enjoy laying in the morning. Now, while you're laying in bed, these guys are going to get up every morning early, check your orders through the connection to your website, and then they're going to print off the labels for what you sold the day before. By the time you've woken up, you should have money in the bank from the customer that bought, and hopefully Rocktomic will have put the labels on the bottle and sent them out. Now, sometimes there is a delay of 24 hours and obviously weekends. But in general, I've been using Rocktomic a little while for one of my brands, and I find them to be fantastic. They get the product out the door very fast, and then they send me an invoice every week for the products I've sold for that week. So you pay as you go. And of course, you'll have the money to pay for the products because the money will have gone into your bank from the customer paying on the website. So that's probably the cheapest way to go. Rocktomic. Now, with Rocktomic, the average price is, let's say, $10 a product. It can go up a little bit more, and there is a little bit of a premium because they're letting you pay once you've sold. They're taking all the risk by holding the stock, but I still find it to be very reasonable. And what happens is we should be booking to pay $10 for the average product. We're going to pay Rocktomic around $2 to $3 handling fee when they get a bottle, print your label, put it on, and then they're going to charge you the shipping as well. So you might end up paying, although the shipping should be paid for by the customer, but you may get a bill for $20, and hopefully the customer would have given you the $7 for the shipping. You're paying Rocktomic $13 for the average product. Now, what that means is you should be charging something like on a $20 or $13 spend to you. You want to be charging the customer around $39 to $45. And that gives you a 50-60% margin. You can go a little bit more, but you're going to need a really smooth website and some presence on the internet as well. A lot of people these days might see your site and like it, but they are going to come back into Google, put your product name in and put reviews. And one of the best ways to get around having nothing there about you is to get affiliates, other websites that are going to write reviews on your product favorably in the hope that they can drive people to your website who will buy and they receive a commission. We'll get onto affiliates in a minute. Product-wise, we're sorted. Let me know if you need to get in touch with Rocktomic at 295 to join the club and then pay as you go. And if you don't want to use that option, the next best would be Vox Nutrition in Utah, who will let you have no upfront fee, but they will let you have 150 bottles minimum order quantity. Now, Vox have products starting at $5, so $750, and we're up and running. The problem with that is, however, that you need to now ship from home if you're on a budget, or you need to use a third-party shipping company, a 3PL, third-party logistics. Now, the reason for this is that Vox don't do shipping anymore. They have a partner, and they'll move you over, but that partner is going to charge you $100 a month management fee. I've used the service. I honestly didn't get anything for it. And I found that was quite a lot of headache involved, such as when I order stock, I then have to go and fill out forms, let them know the stock's arriving, put the tracking number in. And it was just admin work. So for me, the dropship model with Rocktomic works. You just got to put a nice presentation together on your website to make things happen. Right, labels. We mentioned we need labels. Rocktomic can do labels. Vox can do labels. Nearly every manufacturer has an in-house graphics design team. But you could go over to somewhere like Fiverr, an awesome site where you will find people that can do you labels for $25. Now, if you book someone on Fiverr for $25, they are probably going to put together something that's not that attractive. And it's just through taking the path of least resistance. They want the job done as quick as they can. And at $25, let's be honest, how much effort are you going to put in? And the problem is that you end up with a label that just doesn't stand out. You can get more out of your freelancer by sending them 3 bottle images you really love. Tell them not to copy, but take inspiration. And that will force their hand to not just go to the old drawer and pull out a template they haven't used for 12 weeks, but actually do you something custom, and maybe a nice $10 tip on top to say thank you will buy that person's loyalty when you come back for more labels, sort of ensuring that they do a good job for you. So far we got $295, cheapest option in 2026, $295 to join Rocktomic, and then you've got $10 products, pay as you go. Labels, $25 unless you can do it yourself. Now, I actually do it myself in PowerPoint. I learned how to change a PowerPoint slide to the exact dimensions of the label, the label size the manufacturer gives me, and then I start working my magic. You can see here on the screen now, here's an example of a PowerPoint label I've done, or a label I've done all in PowerPoint. I'll make a separate video on that because PowerPoint is what I use to do all my design work, even designing my websites. I flip the standard presentation slide on its backside. I draw it down so it's about 50 inches long within PowerPoint, and I'll make a video on this if I get some engagement on this video. And then I'll put logo top left, and I'll just put a text box, home, etc. Add my header image, and I'll just use PowerPoint because it's such an easy design tool. Unlike, for me, Photoshop and AI, Adobe Illustrator, which I just couldn't get my head around it, all the layers and stuff. PowerPoint's a super easy way. I highly recommend you learn it, and you can do your labels for free. Next thing we need is a domain name. The domain name, the URL, the web address. This is how your customers are going to find you, your www. And you need to come up with a great brand name that sort of doubles down on the product niche you're selling. So if you've decided to go with 4 or 5 fitness products, protein, pre-workout, BCAAs, etc., then what you want to do is make sure that your brand name resonates with a fitness fanatic or someone that wants to get fit. So think of a clever brand name, and one ideally that's memorable. Get the URL, and we're looking at $10 roughly. You've got loads of options, but the big 2 for me have always been GoDaddy or Namecheap. Namecheap is a pain in the backside. Every time I want to log in, they have to send me a code and all this stuff. But I'm an old dinosaur, and maybe you can get one of those 2-step authenticators set up, but I've not seen the offer yet. They've not said, hey, set up they just send, they send a code to your email. I find it a little bit of a chore. But if I go to GoDaddy, whilst they're very cheap for the first year, I find the second year on renewal, they start to stack things in. The great $10 offer is now $20. And every year I find myself renewing at $40. So Namecheap tends to be cheaper if you can be bothered with the logging in process. Next, website. Now, if you're on an absolute budget and you want to shoestring this, you can go to Shopify. Shopify will give you 3 months at $1 as of today, and then you will pay $19 ongoing. Now, that's for a very basic platform, and you're going to be limited to the number of SKUs, or individual products. An individual product will have a SKU. So if you see the word SKU, it means that you'll get 1 product put up in your inventory. With the standard package, you get 10 SKUs, 10 products, looking at the page today. But I do have my reservations with Shopify. Shopify is a very, very hostile environment for supplement sellers. And to be fair to Shopify, I don't blame them. There was this epidemic, or whatever the word is, of just liars putting up false claims. And Shopify make millions selling YouTube, shipping out YouTubers, not shipping out, but like it's providing services to YouTubers that want to sell t-shirts, to people that are selling lunch boxes, and all these low risk categories. What Shopify found was that with the supplements, because of the wild claims we're making, a lot of the customers were asking for their money back. They were pulling the old, hey, I don't recognize this transaction on my, my bank statement trick, and getting the order reversed. And the payment processors were getting quite upset. So Shopify said, we don't want supplement sellers. They then doubled down and came in and said, we've set up a separate category now. You're now called pseudo supplement sellers, and you now have a 2% premium on every order. And these 2% transaction fees and these 2% category fees and stuff, they can soon stack up. So be mindful there. But on a budget, Shopify is great to get you started. The golden rule with Shopify as a supplement seller is you should not make wild claims. So back it down. Don't go out there. Now, people say to me, but hang on, Mark, Shopify must be awesome for supplements because like AG1 are their super greens. I think David Beckham's new supplement range is on there. All the big guys seem to be on Shopify. Yes, but they don't need detailed product pages. They have thousands of influencers they're paying to go and promote the product. These big companies just need Shopify as a shoebox with a hole in the top for the customer to put their money. Hi, I follow Susan on Instagram, and she said that this is the best super greens. Where do I put the money? Right here. There you go. Thanks. They don't need to talk about what it is, what it's going to do for you, the proposed benefits. The influencers are doing all that selling on their social channels. We don't have those influencers, and we're not going to sell nothing by just putting a picture of a bottle, a price, and a line about a couple of the ingredients. We do need to get into what it's going to do, what it's going to do for you, how it does it, what are the key ingredients doing it, how to take it, and we need to go into some of the claims. And you should always link to science. Make sure when you link to science, the studies you're referencing are human studies. The payment processors and Shopify are going to get really upset and probably restrict you if you're trying to palm off rodent or primate studies suggesting this might be the same result for humans. So be very careful, tiptoe lightly, and do a lot of your selling. If you're on Shopify, try and do your selling off of the site. That means try and get affiliates. Now, you're not going to be able to buy influencers, but you will get affiliates, people that will take a risk and they will talk about you on their website, and they won't want any upfront money. All they'll want is a commission somewhere between 10 to 40%, depending on how competitive your market is. And those guys should be able to put on their blogs, their WordPress sites, away from Shopify, all the things you want them to say. Just be careful. And my advice is, once the money's coming in, personally, no disrespect, Shopify, but I would be moving over to WordPress, where you're not administrated. You've not got an admin. No one's going to shut you down. It's just between you and the law. So if you make some wild, crazy claims on a WordPress site, you'll never hear from WordPress themselves, but you might get a knock on the door from the FDA or the FTC, the advertising guys. So be mindful there, but shoestringing it, bootstrapping it in 2026, Shopify is a great place to start at $1 a month for the first 3 months, and then $19 ongoing. You could go over to WordPress if you can design a website, and that would work out at roughly $10 a month, because you would just need a hosting plan. Now, the faster you're hosting, the more money you spend on it. And hosting, if you don't understand, is essentially we can keep our website, our words, the images. We could build our websites and store them on our own laptops here. But if we went to bed and forgot and shut the lid, our website would come offline. So what we do is we go and find one of these companies that have got these supercomputers out in the desert in Arizona or whatever, water cooled, running 24/7 at high speeds. And we put our websites onto those servers. It's called hosting, and you just pay a monthly rental fee, and they'll keep your website up running all the time. The faster you're hosting, the more money you pay them, the quicker your website's going to load, and that's going to tick the box for Google. So start as low as you can. I think there's hosting starting around $6. But with time, start to pay more and more and get that website loading up, ideally in 2 seconds. Again, if you can't build a website, you don't understand WordPress, and you're not prepared to sit through the tutorial videos on YouTube, then Shopify is the way to go. And once you've got some money coming in, go and pay a developer and a designer to replicate your site, or even improve it over on a WordPress site where you have full autonomy. Shipping. If we go Rocktomic, shipping is essentially, it's not free. You're going to pay your handling fee, and we've already said it's around about $3 per order, or per bottle, should I say. But But you could, if you go and buy stock from Vox, $150, 150 bottles, and you actually want some physical inventory, you're going to need someone to ship it, and that may cost you a monthly fee. If you go to Vox, they don't ship products anymore, but they have their preferred partner. They'll send the stock to their preferred partner for you for free, but that partner is going to charge you $99 a month, and in my experience, you don't get a lot for it, as I mentioned. So shipping, cheapest way to go if you're bootstrapping it would again be with Rocktomic. Email assistant, we're going to need a way to speak to our clients once they've purchased, because the easiest way to grow a supplement business is not to face forward and keep doing all the ads and just keep trying to think new business. The best way to grow any business is to turn around, say hi to the people that took that leap of faith, that got to know, like, and trust you, and did pull their cards out and pay, and ask them how you can get them to buy again. That's what we want, is these customers coming back month in, month out, asking them what new products they want. You can use an email list to guide the business by asking them, what do you want? Should we do clothing? Don't make the decision. Go and ask the customers. Hey, we got the protein, we got the branch chain amino acids, we got all the gym supplements. Would you like to start seeing some gym vests with the logo on? And they'll let you know, and they will guide you. So we want an email system and a means to contact our customers without having to send an email individually to everyone. 2026, the cheapest option is going to be, from what I can see so far, MailChimp, which is free up to your first 500 email subscribers, and a subscriber will happen automatically when someone purchases. So you'll link to MailChimp, someone will purchase, they'll put their name, address, and email in, put their card details, and check out, and that email will be moved over to MailChimp and stored in your database, and you can send them a message. Once you get big enough, you might want to start setting up what we call an autoresponder, which is where someone will buy something, and then maybe for the next 3-4 days, 3 pre-written emails get sent to them, 1 a day automatically. That's going to cost you, and you will have to move up a tier, something like $25 a month. But bootstrapping it, let's start by just making sure we're collecting our customers' emails. This is so important. On the average Black Friday, on a list of around 4,500 subscribers or customers that I can contact, I can do between $14,000 to $18,000 just through the Black Friday offer, just to the email list, not advertising on the website, just directly messaging my previous customers and saying, hey, I got 30% off for you for Black Friday. So there's a lot of extra money there. And as I say, more importantly, I have used that email list constantly every month, sending a really great newsletter. And in exchange for me giving free information that's really targeted to the niche, what they want to hear, I've asked them, and I always bribe them, but I've asked them to help me steer the business. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Mark here. And I'm thinking of launching these 3 supplements in the next 12 months. Tell me, which one would you like first? Hit reply, put 1, 2, or 3, and I'll send 3 bottles out to 3 lucky winners. And this way you'll get your customers. You'll steer the ship, but they'll navigate, and it's a very safe route. So we want an emailer system, and in 2026, MailChimp will be the way, because it's free until you found your footing, until you got your first 500. At that point then, right now, according to the website, $13.25 a month once you've gone over the 500 limit. So once you got your 501st email address on your MailChimp system, they're going to then start charging, and you'll have to pay $13. But at $13, that kicks in the autoresponder, and you can start stacking emails. I've got 4 emails stacked on an autoresponder. The first email is sent within a minute of someone purchasing, and it just thanks them. They get their standard receipt, but I send a separate email. It gets sent automatically, and it says thank you. And what it does is ask them to add me to their contacts. Now, this helps me market to them again, helps me get my email to the inbox. And I get them to add me to contacts by letting them know in that first email, I need to get your tracking number to you. And it's very difficult in 2026 to get an email into someone's inbox the first time unsolicited, never mind a second. So add me to contacts. Here's how you do it. And I list it all out for Outlook, etc. And a lot of people add me. I tell them, take me off your contacts once you got your tracking number, but let's not let that go to spam or promotions tab if they're using Gmail. Let's have it straight in your inbox so you don't suffer from the old porch pirates. You can get your tracking number and see your supplements arrive to your door. There's 3 other emails. They go an hour. 10 days later, and then day 24. I'll save that for another video, although I think I've covered it. But day 24, that last email on that automatic sequence that gets sent out, that last email on day 24 reminds them, I've got a shaker here. Hey, I've got a supplement bottle. Hey, you might be running a little bit low. So on day 24, I send the final email and it has an offer in it. It says, hey, by now you've probably experienced the amazing benefits, or you're just starting to, because they do take 3 to 6 months usually. And I highly recommend you buy again and incentivize you, and to help subsidize your ongoing health, we're offering you 10%, 15, 20% off, whatever it is. And I get about a 24, 25% take up rate on that fourth email. There's a separate unique code in there so I can monitor how many people are responding. Last thing we need is other people selling for us. This is going to be the cheapest way because, hey, Mark, great. This is me up and running, but I'm all out of money now. How do I market? So what we want to do is find affiliates. If you've got no money, then you are going to have to find people that are dealing with your niche, that are blogging about your niche, and reach out to them. And you'd basically say, hey, so let's say let's just keep it to gyms. Let's say we're doing gym supplements. You'll go and find any bloggers that are talking about their gym journey, anyone that's talking about fitness, how to get in shape, and don't currently offer supplements on their website. Perhaps they might do. And if you can see there's different brands, then go and say, hi, I'd love you to promote my brand as well. Can I send you a couple of samples to try? And if you like it, we can jump on Zoom and I can arrange a commission for you. And if they haven't got supplements, even better still, how you doing? It's Mark here. I love your website. I've been looking around it for a little while, and you're talking all about fitness, which is what we deal with. But I notice you're not monetizing on supplements, and I've got some great ones, and I'd love you to put them on your store or talk about them on your website. If you're talking about the benefits of protein, then I'd love a little banner ad advertising my protein, and I'll give you a commission for anyone that clicks, comes over to my site and buys. That's the free way to do it. It's a little bit long-winded, but sometimes the best relationships start by typing in. This damn thing keeps going out of focus. If you can help me understand why a Logitech Brio 4K continuously goes in and out of focus, let me know, guys, and I apologize. If I get a bit more interaction, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification, because my subscribers haven't, and they keep complaining that they don't see my videos. So if I get a bit more interaction, I will buy a damn 4K camera. But right now, I apologize for this one going in and out. Now, that's the manual way to get affiliates, just reaching out personally, a little bit like going up to a potential partner in a bar and asking if you could buy them a drink. You might get a great offer, or you might get a yes, but you're probably going to get a lot of rejection, or on the email world, just no one replying back. So ultimately, to find a partner, analogy, we want to go over to a dating site. Now, the dating site for affiliates is essentially just a hub where all us merchants come in, and we write who we are, what we've got in terms of supplements, who we're trying to target, and what we're offering in terms of a commission. And all the bloggers and the influencers will come in every day looking for more products that they can talk about on their websites or on their YouTube videos, in the hope that they can make a commission. So you want to go over to an affiliate network eventually, so that you go to bed and wake up with 3 or 4 potential partners having messaged you, and then you can pick and choose who's you're going to allow to promote you. Now, that will cost you, it depends, but on average probably $200 to join the club, to join an affiliate network. The Google search term is affiliate network, and you might even want to put affiliate network supplements. Another smart move would be to set up an affiliate account as a potential affiliate. We know you're not an affiliate, you're a merchant. You're looking for affiliates. But set up as an affiliate and go into these affiliate websites, type in supplements and see what the competition's like, see what sort of commissions they're offering, and just see if there's many supplements there, many people looking to promote you. And then come in as a merchant and just get as many as you can. I currently get about 3 to 4 new affiliates every single day, and have about 400 now promoting my main brand, which is really great. They're doing the selling for me. And again, as I said earlier, that means I can back off the claims on my website a little bit, because they're going to do it all with little to no risk. That is it. So what are we looking at? We're looking at $295 to join Rocktomic, but you will have to talk to me first. Mark, M-A-R-K, at yoursupplementbusiness.com, and I'll make that introduction. If you go direct to the website right now, I believe they're charging $2,000 to join. $295 if you come via me, or you can leave a message in the comments box and we'll arrange to meet and I'll make the introduction. Or we can go to Vox Nutrition, who will let you have $150. By the way, if you do want to buy stock, and you don't want to commit to 150 bottles, you can still join Rocktomic at 295, and then you can purchase stock with a minimum order quantity of just 24 bottles. I got a customer who's got doing the 10x mushroom formula. He got 2 IKEA bags, bought a load of like 100 supplements or whatever, and went down to a music festival, went around talking to people about lion's mane and its neuroprotective properties. And if you're taking drugs this weekend at the festival, you should really take some of these first. And he went around talking to people, left that festival some 6-7 hours later with 2 empty bags. He sold all 100 supplements. So sometimes it's worth having stock, and it's also nice having a little bit of stock because you can go into stores and offer a sale or return service, which means you walk into a store and you say, how you doing? I believe that this vitamin would do really well in your shop, and I'm not asking you to purchase it. What I like to do is put 10 bottles here, and I'll pop back next week. If none have sold, I'll collect them, nothing to pay. But if you've sold out or sold any of them, just give me the wholesale money I want per bottle that you've sold. And if you've done really well, I'll bring some more stock and we'll put some more in. And most, with the offering of a new free product to put in someone's health store or their nutrition store, a lot of people say, sure, if I've got no outlay, you can have that little bit of shelf space there and we'll see how it goes. And that could become a really great partner. But first, sometimes you need to go and do a sale or return, let them have some bottles, don't charge them anything, and let them see if their customers, their walk-in traffic is interested. I've lost my train of thought, but I think I said it all there. Anyway, yeah, that would require you to buy some stock. So you do have options with Rocktomic 295 and buy 24 bottles. You might be a gym owner. You'd want some bottles on your shelf at reception, right? So it's not always, dropship isn't always the best way to go. But again, this video is about, we're coming up to 2026 and we want to bootstrap it. So we're looking at 295 with Rocktomic and then pay as you go. You're going to need $300. You're going to need a label done, free if you can work out how to do it yourself. I'll make an upcoming video, so make sure you like and subscribe. Otherwise, you can go to a freelancer site like Fiverr and find a decent label person. It's not going to be amazing, but it's going to get you out of the starting gates for around $25. So we're looking at $320 so far. You're going to need a domain name, probably $10 to get started, $330. Shopify is going to cost you $1 a month to put your website up, and you can drag and drop. It's very, very easy, very intuitive. Logo, add logo, upload, and just move your mouse around and put it in a place. Text box, image, very simple. That's going to cost you $3, so you're going to need $1 the first month. We're up to $331 to get started. We're going to need an emailer system. MailChimp's going to handle that for you free of charge. Free of charge up to your 500 subscribers, your first 500 orders. So we're still at $331. And then we need affiliates. It's going to cost you nothing if you want to reach out manually. Hi, how you doing? I'm Mark. Love your website. I've got this product. I think it'd be really great on your store, and I'd love you to start promoting it for me. And if you do, I'll send you a handsome commission. Why don't we talk a little bit more on Zoom sometime this week? Send that email out manually, and you could get some affiliates for free. So ultimately, the answer to the question, how much to set up a supplement store if you were to really bootstrap it in 2026, $331. I think we're all in, but it does require one thing that has no real monetary value, and yet it's absolutely priceless, and that's the old elbow grease. You're going to need to put some love and care and do a bit of work yourself if you don't have any money in the bank. But if you're hungry and you're serious about bettering your life financially, don't forget I did $442,000 in my first 12 months thinking I'll have a go at it. But I got real hot on the affiliates. I'm a talker, and so I built those relationships. I got a couple of big review sites to put me up, number 4, the 4th, 5th position on their websites for a handsome commission, but they drove me so much traffic. And don't forget, with these affiliates, usually you'll only pay them once or twice. There is a payout window that you can negotiate with them. The payout window means, hey, if I start sending you customers and they buy, do I just get paid once, or are you going to pay me for the first 3 purchases, etc.? And you can negotiate that with them, that payout window. But I've lost my train of thought again. I really need to start scripting these videos. But you know me, if I sit here writing it all down and then get a teleprompter and read it, I'm just never going to get it done. I'm ADHD and I just like to go on the fly. I think I've covered anything. But as I watch this video back in a minute to do the contents, the bullet points for the chapters, and I put some overlays of graphics, etc., I will add a little note in the description if I find out whatever I've missed. I hope that helps. If I get some views and interactions on this video, I may start redoing my biggest videos professionally. But the last couple of videos, no one's seen them. No one's seen them. And I put a big, strong video out the other night saying I'm done with this. Channel shutting down. Download all my videos within the next 48 hours if you want them. And a lot of people suddenly saw it. And they came forward saying, Mark, this is the first notification I've had about one of your new videos in the last 4 to 8 weeks. And it's like, well, that's because you've not hit the bell notification. So hit that bell notification, like and subscribe. And if I get some subscribers or some likes or some comments, or just feel like I'm not just talking to myself, I will start redoing these videos properly, professionally. I'll spend the day to script them all out, and you'll have a much more polished product. But I'm not going to do it because this kind of YouTube game's a thankless task. Oh, but you're earning money. No, I'm not. You need 4,000 watch hours. And right now, I think I got about 40. So monetization is probably 10 years in the future, and I don't really care. I've got successful supplement businesses. But I'm here, Uncle Mark, giving you this advice for free. So don't be foolish. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification, and at any time you can unsubscribe. But between the time you subscribe and unsubscribe, hopefully you'll learn enough pieces of the puzzle to go out and build your own beautiful supplement company, getting financially rewarded for helping people with their health, aspirations, goals, or problems. What a wonderful life. I've been Mark. You've been awesome. I've tried to keep this as quick as I can. Last thing, someone messaged on the last video, Mark, you offered a free session. Here I am. I've tried to book it on the website, yoursupplementbusiness.com, and nothing came through. I ran a test today, and I found my own test in the spam box. I'm going to get that sorted, but whoever that person was on that last video that you got 48 hours, just come and say hi again in the comments, and we'll meet up via email or whatever, and we'll get you booked in for that free session I promised. Until next time, all the best.